Young Philly, real name Andrés Felipe Valencia Barrientos. I know this motherfucker uses that to get women.
Bruh, that is a long ass name, bro.
How do you know exactly what I meant?
Yeah.
Young Philly or Andrés Felipe Valencia Barrientos.
Young Philly, Part 1.
Quick little update. So, Young Philly. So I looked into it. I've been keeping track. Aside from the story about the kid, here's the other part that's really crazy. So his trial date for first, just to even like go through with the indictment, is happening in December.
Okay.
So you know how long it's going to take for him to go through the indictment and the trial? 2 years.
Also, he's stuck there.
He's going to be stuck. So when I said his life is pretty much over as far as his career and everything like that, he's going to be stuck there for the next 2 years.
2 years.
Greatly exaggerated. He's losing 2 years of his career, and even when he is out and he does prove it to be not guilty,
people don't.
He's lost all of his work. His name is forever stained. He's been surrounded by all this negative press, so all of his mainstream work is dead. Even when he comes back to YouTube, is there any guarantee that anyone's gonna follow this trial in Australia?
Yeah, like any allegation out there that they throw against you, especially when it's sexual, bruh, you're never going to come back from that, man. It already tarnishes your name, bro. Your name is like rubbed through the mud, bro. It's like, no. Well, I'm not going to say no hope, but the problem is that even if you're innocent, you're kind of radioactive to other people, you know? You fucking have COVID or something. No one wants to get close to you, bro.
year-old university student attended the VIP at Bar 1 nightclub on the Quay at Sorrento Beach in northern Perth. This is the victim in question. Western Australia, according to court documents, they revealed that the young woman who was with a friend who had 12 drinks, including shots of tequila, was more intoxicated than she was. Following the party, a young woman is believed to have accompanied young Philly to a hotel room where the alleged took place. Detectives allege he heard a woman in her 20s in a hotel room in the early hours of the next day. Perth Magistrate Court documents reveal that the young woman rang her friend immediately afterwards at 5:31 a.m. He said prosecutors had photographs which no ordinary person could consent in those circumstances. Those photos are indicative of a number of protracted and what we say is effectively stitched across. Well, across her body is a history of what we say is violent acts. We say those photos and what is alleged to is effectively beyond the pale, beyond the norm of what could be considered or entertained to be a consensual act. Now, when I hear words like that, that tells me that she's got like black and blue bruises all over her body. That's the way they're talking. That's what they're making it sound.
They're talking like she fought back.
Yeah. Now, in his defense, I'm gonna try to be fair. Mr. Rafferty, which is young Philly's lawyer, told the court that while he was not saying the police had a weak case against his client, that when the alleged victim rang her friend immediately after these things are said to have occurred, no complaint of a sexual nature during the course of that telephone conversation was made. None. Something was referred to later on in the day. He also said issues of intoxication would be significant at young Philly's trial. In the young woman's statement, she says, during the night I had a few drinks and I still was aware of my surroundings, Mr. Rafferty said. He then referred to the statement of the woman's friend who had consumed 12 drinks, including tequila, but reckoned the young woman was drunker than her. I think when you start talking about how much alcohol she had and all this stuff, this might try to give you some plausible deniability. But in this day and age, that's not going to be an out.
It's not going to be an out.
No.
But a lawyer is definitely going to try to discredit that person's ability to whatever, to remember the what happened, he's going to try to fuck up her speech. He's going to try to fuck up her memory about what happened, and he's going to try to invalidate whatever she's saying.
Yep. Young Philly promised to support my terminally ill son in a poignant video. Then the rapper told him to shut up and ghosted him.
Hey, yo!
So.
What? What the fuck?
The YouTuber told Mason Greaves, 12, he was there to support him and challenged him to a game of Fortnite in a video. So here are the receipts, so nobody thinks anything's being made up.
Mason! I know, innit? This is probably a little surprise for you, but I just wanted to say I hope you're well. Also, thank you for watching my videos. I wish you a speedy recovery, my guy. Tough times never last. God willing, you're going to be okay sooner rather than later. And I just wanted to give you my support and tell you that I love you and I'm here for you. And, I hope all is well, my guy. Unfortunate what's happening with you, but like I say, my brother, try to stay positive the best you can. And when you're up for it, let me know, and I'll whoop your ass at Fortnite.
Several months later.
But things took a turn when Mason, who has followed the influencer for years, tried to reach out to him. Kelly said when Mason attempted to respond to Barrientos on social media, he was cruelly ignored or shut down by one of his people. She added, it came up to one day that Philly was live on TikTok and Mason then said hello to him via the chat, but he was ignored and people told him to shut up through Twitch. Mason went and got a Twitch account and he started trying to talk to Philly and said, hi, it's Mason, you sent me this video. Then he got abuse from his moderators. Then a couple of days later, Philly was back on Twitch playing games with people. So Mason went again and said something like, hi, it's Mason. Do you remember my kidney appeal? And young Philly just said right in the middle of the live stream, Mason, just shut up.
This is just fucking common sense, man. Like, you gotta use your brain. If you make a promise, right, to a kid, to a terminally ill kid, why don't you just follow it through, man? Like, you have to be fucking retarded to actually not do it. Like, of course, morally you should do that. But the problem is that if you don't actually follow through, yeah, imagine what people are not going to think of you. I don't think it's really hard, bro. You promise something, you deliver it. If not, don't try and put your mouth where it does not belong. Don't promise anything. But well,
like they're being told, hey, I'll take you on a trip, for 4 or 5 days or whatever. It's just from the luxury of your home, play a game of Fortnite. That's like 40 minutes
I'm saying,
at most. It's like, oh,
a
go there and
Fortnite
sign
game,
a basketball in your city. Like, just go and fucking do it if you promised it. Or just don't make the promise at all. I just can't understand it. But it speaks to the fact that for some people, as they get bigger, they just be yapping and making all kinds of promises, but they don't actually really care about the people.
They lose the
don't
interest.
give
They send all
two
these
fucks.
messages that sound good and they have beautiful words, but when you really peer behind the curtain, they just have very foul intentions or very self-centered.
And you don't really have to peer behind the curtain. You just hear it.
Yeah.
Bruh.
But for the fan base,
I call
they
that
didn't
being
know about all
bipolar,
this
bro.
stuff,
They didn't.
right? They didn't know because they don't know how he is when you see him in person.
There's a lot of people in the comics, actors, whatever. We know things,
Yeah.
and then the public don't.
Yeah. It goes to speak also to the kind of relationships you foster. Remember what I said? When you have a problem, all the people you fucking fucked over on the way up,
Oh yeah, they're gonna.
they gonna remember.
Oh,
They gonna
oh.
remember.
They're gonna come at you.
For example, you see people like Epstein, Weinstein, all them staying ass motherfuckers. They will actually have one allegation, then before you know, that one turns into 20, 20 turns into 40, 40 turns into 80. Like an entire hive of people. And to be honest, it makes sense because it's like, all right, they managed to get something on the motherfucker, right? So, hey, this guy offended me before, he did something bad to me. So, we have to make sure that he goes down for what he did. So it just piles up like this, like a massive snowball.
Just goes to show, though, that you don't know these people. So no matter how much you thought this person was a good person or they would never, I'm shocked. What the reality was, you didn't even know he was a horrible person, period. Who knows if he did that stuff and diddled those people? I don't know. You don't know either. But this whole public perception that a lot of people had of him just being a fun-loving, very sweetheart person, it's like,
You don't know.
Aside from that, listen, I always try not to put people in a pedestal, bro. Because human beings, I don't know. I don't want to say something pessimistic and all, but human beings, I don't know. Like the type of people we are, man. Like there's some dodgy shit, like bro. I just don't put anybody in a pedestal, okay?
Johnny Depp.
Yeah, that's
Johnny
exactly
Depp,
where I was going.
Holy shit.
found not guilty, okay? He still hasn't really come back. Everyone is saying he's going to do the next Pirates of the Caribbean, all this.
He
Johnny
still
Depp-
hasn't. The momentum is not there.
Now, to be fair, in his defense, maybe he doesn't want to come back. Maybe the trauma that he's been inflicted, he's made enough money. He doesn't need to come back if he don't
But
want
there was
to.
people that was
Doesn't
one
need to,
sponsor
yeah.
that was behind him, and that was Dior Sauvage, the perfume.
Yeah.
It's not just necessarily the same thing as Young Philly. Whereas when he was coming down, there was people that he did not shout on that was like, nah.
A lot of people stood up for
Yeah.
Johnny. He
A
said
lot
he
of
would never.
Exactly. So that's
But
where you
even
have the
despite
difference
that,
there.
it
Where
took
there's a lot of
so
people that
much.
are rooting for you versus him. Everybody's saying nobody wants to touch that with a 10-foot pole.
No.
Like with the Johnny Depp situation, like despite the fact that so many people still backed him, bro, how long did it actually take for his public image to truly rise again? It was crazy, man. And again, Amber Heard was a crazy ass bitch. I'm sorry, I had to say it, bro. Taking dumps on people's beds. She forgot where the toilet was. That's why, like, you have to know who you're hanging around with, especially when you're famous, bro. Do some due diligence, bro. Because I think that Amber Heard's exes, or one of them, saying that this girl is nuts, okay? I think she's, she has a record. So you gotta ask questions, bro. When you're famous, and hey, even for people who are not famous, if there is something that you have had of somebody, I suggest you check it. Unless you don't mind getting your life really. Keep on going.
Are you mean to people behind the scenes?
It depends what he did to me. I'm not gonna deny it.
Not fair.
I'm not gonna deny it. I've fucked up a few people.
Yeah.
Here and there, but they did something to me. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, generally, if I meet fans or stuff like that, everything's very cordial. What's up? Hey, take quick.
They fucked up. They fucked up fresh and fit. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much for following UK's best commentary channel. You can always.
I'm telling you, nobody in the UK is touching this. None of those people want to talk about this topic.
It doesn't matter. It's all good. We got this.
Don't worry.
So you can always
why,
follow us
though?
on Twitch
Bruh.
and not on Twitch, but on the Discord. We got a Discord. Check it out. We also got a Patreon. The Discord, we're on there chilling, playing, having games and everything and stuff, and having a chat.
Yo. Get the bro. No, I'm only gonna say this one more time. Get the fuck away from the camera, bro. He's always doing that thing, man. That thing creeps me, bro. The fuck? Get out, bro.